self-actualization, self-realization. Self-actualized people, or people who have realized who they are in this universe, they get over death quickly. When they hear somebody is dead or somebody has died, they know that everybody's here on a journey and that everybody would leave. Yes, there's nobody on planet Earth right now that will not die. Everybody will die one day somehow. But the question, or the real ordeal or ideal, is you don't know when that would be. So there's no telling when you or I or anybody else would die, but one way or the other will die. Our prayer as a child growing up in a Christian family, the prayer was 120 years. That's what we wanted, is to live to be 120 years, right? But I say this to bring everybody back, not to scare you of death, but to let you know that one day you will be no more. So if you will be no more here one day, what are your plans that you have put in place for when you will be here no more? What are your plans you've put together for yourself? For yourself, taking care of your health, taking care of your wealth, and being happy no matter what. Have you learned to do that? Let me tell you something. Rich doesn't mean financial possession. Rich doesn't mean acquisitions that you've acquired. Rich does not mean how big your bank account is, or how many cars you have in your driveway, or how big your house is, or what degrees that you might have attained. That is not what rich means. Rich is when you're happy, you're healthy, and you're wealthy. If you can do these three things without offending your fellow man, you're rich. Okay? So how have you prepared for your children when you're no more? What policies do you have as far as insurance? What things do you have in place for your children's education? What things do you have in place for your grandchildren, for your great-grandchildren, those that you may or may not even see while you're here on earth? You want to plan. I once heard a speaker say that we all fail to plan and plan to fail. So which one are you? Are you failing to plan or planning to fail? You want to make sure that knowing yourself as a person, as a being, and again, in fact, you're a spiritual being anyway, having a human experience. Being that person that you are, what are your plans for the future? What about for your community where you come from? What are your plans? We're always waiting for government to do this, for government to do that, for other people. We are always living our lives from the outside in. What can you do for your community? What can you bring to the table so that when you're no more, they would say, man, remember that chick? Remember that girl? Yes. Remember that boy? Yes. Your name, on what stone would it be? One that is forgotten, or one that would be remembered because you reached out to the people and you had plans for your people? What plans do you have for your life itself? Life itself, as you're going along this journey, what plans do you have? You cannot have any plans except you know who you are. That's where it all starts. It's not from the outside. It's all from here. Realizing self is number one key. Where we come from back home, my dad always says, man, know thyself, let thyself know thee. How much do you know yourself? Do you care about yourself? Or do you constantly care about others? And when you start talking about self, I know some of you, my viewers, you'll be saying, oh, that's selfish. It is not. Unless you love yourself, you cannot love anybody else. So this is my plan for you guys this year. Yeah, it's July. Yeah. What I plan is to start having seminars teaching self-realization and live streaming sessions where we can stream and have other guests who are greater than me that teach self-realization, so that for those of you and us who are still in the learning process, and by the way, you keep learning until the day you die. You never know it all, right? So for those of us who are going to be learning, get ready, because we'll be linking up with some greater people, greater than I am, greater than you are. No, there's nobody greater than us. We are all great. That's true. But people who are experts in the field of self-realization, more on this channel. Once again, I thank you for watching me today. But remember, you are greater than great. And the plans ahead of you, you haven't begun to see it yet. God bless you. I love you. Peace. Not me. Dane. It's on to one. Not so.